I just swallowed a lemon seed, lemon water. Great way to start your day. I don't know if you drink lemon water. It depends on your blood type, actually. But lemon water is really good for at least A positive blood type people because we get yucky throats in the morning. So if we drink lemon water first thing in the day, and I'm weird, I put a whole half a lemon in, I just squeeze it, and I don't take the seeds out. Okay, I could get a juice squeezer and do it the fancy way, but I don't because that would take too much time, and I just want to drink my lemon water because it tastes delicious and it makes me feel awesome first thing in the morning. So enjoy a nice, cool. It doesn't have to be cold. Actually drink it warm because you're not supposed to drink super cold things in the morning. Who says that? I don't know. There's so many health things out there. How do you know what to listen to? Don't even know who I am. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, crazy lady, talking in curlers today. Today is actually day 176 of sharing my new adventure. What the heck I'm doing, what the heck she, because that's my initials, is up to now. Because I've done a lot of stuff in the past and people sometimes wonder and are afraid to ask. People are afraid to ask you what you're up to because they don't want to know, especially if you're in a network marketing business or something. Pajama Grandma here, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. If we haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. Then I know it's the first time you are being exposed to me because I might be an acquired taste for some folks. Okay, I know I am. Who hops on Facebook Live in their hot rollers? Who even wears and uses hot rollers anymore? Pajama Grandma does. Old people do because it's fast and easy to roll your hair up. And I've got that type of hair that goes stick straight as soon as you take the curlers out. So if I don't keep them in until right before I'm going to go somewhere. And today I'm taking another day off. Yes, really, another day off to go see my grandma. She is almost 99 years old, and any opportunity I get to stop what I'm doing and go see my grandmother, I take. Now, why I'm talking about and why I think it's funny to say another day off, seriously, is because number one, I don't take very many days off, and I never have. Work is my fun, work is play and fun for me, and way to learn and grow and express myself. So I'm always learning and growing, and most people call that work. I call it fun, but they call it work. So I don't often take a day off, but this week I've taken off. Like just 2 days ago, I took a day off to spend with friends and family, mostly family. And I mean, the entire day I took off. And today, I'm probably going to take most of today off. Not the entire day, because when I get back, I'm working on a fun project for a woman that I adore. And so I will work on her stuff. And I'll work on it in the drive over to my grandma's because it's about an hour away. And then on the drive back, I'll do a little bit of that too because it's fun for me. And then I can drown out the family drama of that sometimes accompanies my family outings. I don't know if your family's like that, but mine is. So I will do that. And that's why I have the curlers in my hair, because I know that as soon as I take them out, it's been so humid and rainy here that my hair will go stick straight and frizzy. So I try to keep it in as long as possible. But the reason it's so funny for me to say I'm taking another day off is because in one of my jobs in corporate America, there was something called the Wailing Wall. And I'm not going to say whose Wailing Wall it was, but my office was on a mezzanine. And underneath that office, there was this wall. It was a wall that the people that worked in my department could write on about complaints and bitches and moans about anything and everything. And I think I was probably there for a few months before I discovered this wall. And a lot of what was written on it is totally and 100% inappropriate. From a diversity standpoint, I worked in a department that was all men, and so a lot of what was on there was, really bad and offensive and should never have been written anywhere. So we ended up, the wall got painted, and I had to do diversity training for everybody and explain to them why it wasn't okay to have that. And that did not ingratiate me with anyone, but that was fine. That was my role to play in that organization. But a lot of what was on that wall after I started working there was complaints about me and whenever I would take any time off or take a day off. Now, I admit, I did get pregnant and have a baby there when I worked there. And that was, being a woman, that was unacceptable. Now, it's interesting because a couple of my assistant managers there had back surgery more than once. One of them in particular had had back surgery twice and had been out for like 2 or 3 months each time. And when I had my son, I took 2 weeks off. At 6 weeks to the day, I was back at work. And it was terrible, telling you, it was terrible. And I think that it was interesting because there was a lot about that written on this Wailing Wall. And whenever I would take a day off, there would be comments written on the wall about it. And I just found it fascinating that people will judge you for your actions when they have no idea what's going on in your life and complain about it. And so now I still have that little nudge whenever I take time off that isn't that funny that we still have that belief or that thought that pops into our mind about, and it used to bother me even in other jobs after that. When I would take time off, if people would make snide comments or be like, well, why isn't she here today? And I'm like, well, she's not here today or he's not here today because they have vacation time or they have something going on with their family that's really, really important. And it's actually, I'm sorry, I know we work for this company, but it's more important than the one day at work. It's like when you pull your kids out of school to go on a family vacation, or we used to pull our kids out of school to go hunting, or, okay, I admit, we pulled them out of school to go to the grand opening of Cabela's. That was a big deal in our little neck of the woods. Now, how nerdy and redneck are you when you pull your kids out of school for the grand opening of a Cabela's store? Guilty. But you know what? The kids had more fun and got more out of that outing and that experience than they ever got out of a single day that they spent in the classroom at school. The kids had a lot more fun and learned a lot more about the world and traveling when we went down to Florida, to NASA, and to Disney for a week than they would have spending that week in class with their peers. I guarantee they remember more from that vacation than they did from, I think they were in 8th and 5th grade the last time we went. I mean, I know that they got a lot more out of that than they would have out of school. So it's things like that we feel guilty because other people put their values and their belief systems, or they try to put them on us when we don't have to listen to them. We have to always do what's right for us. We have to always know what's in our own best interest and do that, because nobody else is living our life. Nobody else is paying our bills. Nobody else is in our skin and experiencing things as only we can experience them. So we always have to listen to ourselves above and beyond anyone and anything else. Anything outside of us can be lying to us. A lot of times our subconscious mind and our beliefs are lying to us. And we need to just kind of step back, breathe, and really consider and think about, is this 100% in my best interest, or is it just my subconscious or my ego trying to protect me? And if it is, maybe it's not really in my best interest. Maybe that business opportunity really is not good for me. And yeah, it looks good on the outside and it sounds good on the outside and the facts and figures and numbers look right. But if I think about it and I consider it and I feel into it and I get past my emotions and my excitement and my initial feelings, what is the overall feeling that I have about this? Because our feelings are really actually the direct pathway to not our subconscious, but our inner being, our soul. Way too big a topic for this, so I better stop. But my advice is always listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, because it will never lead you astray. Your ego totally will lead you astray. Oh my gosh, for the decisions I have made based on ego, or the decisions I've made based on my subconscious fear or false beliefs over something. Oh, every mistake I've ever made has been because of ego or a false belief, or I laugh because every time I think of a con man or I meet somebody that's super charming, I think of what my dad always taught me about. He would always say, I never met a con man I didn't like. But my dad had this amazing way of knowing and seeing through con people. He liked them, but he also knew that he would never do business with them. And I like to think that if I'm listening to my intuition, I got that ability as well. I think we all have that. We just don't always listen to it. So today, curlers, I'm going to say sorry, but I'm going to see my grandma. That's why I have curlers in my hair. And I guess sorry, not sorry. You know, I apologize, but I'm really not sorry, because I know that I need the curlers in my hair so that I look semi-decent, at least for part of the drive over to see my grandma. Not that anybody cares. I always think it's funny. We worry so much about what we look like do things and go participate in our lives and other activities. And guess what? 99.99% of the time, it doesn't matter, because everybody else is more concerned about how they're feeling and how they're experiencing the situation than they ever are concerned about how you're experiencing the situation. Those that mind, they really do not matter. Those that judge you, they really do not matter. They're just trying to deflect the attention. Well, they're either trying to get the attention for themselves or deflect the attention from themselves so that you won't notice that they're not perfect either, because none of us are, right? I have yet to meet a perfect person. I have yet to meet a perfect human being. Maybe you have, but I haven't met one yet. I've met some fantastic, fabulous, absolutely amazing human beings, but I haven't met a perfect one yet. Because remember, we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. We're only showing the tip of our iceberg to everybody else, right? So that's it. I want you to go out and have a fantastic day. I'm taking the day off. I would encourage you to too. Take a day off, 100% guilt-free, and just be yourself. Get out in nature, breathe, enjoy the fresh air, do something that recharges your batteries and makes you so filled with joy and love and laughter that you wish you could do it every day. And then figure out how you can do it every day. That's what I'm doing. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Go out, have a fantastic day. Pajama Grandma out. Bye.